Hi guys, welcome to an episode of Foodie Without Chidi. Chidi's commitment to the podcast is very much like Rashford and compared to Man United. Today I have Kachi and Aminu, and we're going to be talking about a couple of topics. So first we're talking about Liverpool and their unfortunate run out of energy, maybe, and talking about the running for City and Arsenal, and also just a quick look at the Champions League games. So let me start with the one person who could not be happier about the current events at Liverpool. Kachi, how do you feel about Liverpool's current predicament?
Man, it's sensational. I could not have written a better script. Amazon, Columbia Pictures could not have written a better script. This is all or nothing. Like, this is the all was the quadruple. The nothing is the Carabao Cup that they're left with. Man, this brings me so much joy to my heart. First of all, you lose the FA Cup to probably the worst Man U team in the last 25 years. Not only do you lose that Man U team jinxed you, you lose to Crystal Palace at home, which hasn't happened in God knows how long. In almost 2-3 years, you haven't lost at home. You now lose the Merseyside derby for the first time in 14 years to Everton. This Everton team, Jordan Pickford is like, I've been shit all season, but this game, I'm ready to die on that field. In the words of what's that Russian guy from Rocky? If he dies, he dies. Liverpool just kept on shooting, nothing. And then you go and beat Fulham, and then you now cap it all up with a 3-0 loss at home to Atalanta. Man, the script writers for this documentary, man. And then so these guys are like, they're gonna release their own documentary, and they will now release the Mourinho own. I'm guessing to counter the Mourinho own with Netflix. This guy's own is probably Amazon. Man, these guys are gonna use this one to keep us hooked all summer. Man, it's sensational. And then you now go and hire another bald Dutch coach. You don't learn from the trials and tribulations of Man U. You go and hire a bald Dutch coach. Instead of you to stick to the Rabbi Alonso said no, or the other guy, the other Spanish guy that you can hire. They're like, no. We need a trifecta of bald coaches. Pep is like all the bald guys unite. So Pep, what's his name? Eric Ten Hag, and then this guy, Arno Slot. I'm like, okay, it is well. I'm here for the downfall of Liverpool. I'm here for the downfall. The biggest bottle job, quadruple bottle job. These guys 2 weeks ago were dreaming about winning the quadruple. Trent Alexander-Arnold saying, I'm not done yet, hungry for more. Bro, we are hungry for your tears. We are going to really revel in it. Just keep on crying. Oh. May they lose more games before the end of this season. And then to cap it all up, Salah is like, bro, if I speak, there'll be fire. Just leave me alone. This Salah's version of if I speak, there'll be trouble. This is his own Mourinho ranting version. So don't worry. It's long may it continue, man. Long may it continue. One league title in 32 years. One COVID EPL title in 32 years. It will probably be another 30 years before they see another one. So long may it continue. And I will give them another EPL title, the best losers in the last 20 years. That's another title that they've crowned themselves as the best losers to Pep. These bros are like, if Pep was not here, they're giving us hypothetically, if Pep was not here. If Pep was not here, Man, you have 2 league titles. If Pep was not here, Arsenal will probably have two league titles after this season. So they should spare us all this if Pep was not here, all this hypothetical stuff. Don't worry. They'll be all right. Liverpool, it's okay. They are the ones that did not want to win this title out of everybody, because then they would have matched our total of 20 league titles in English football. And that was the one thing we have over them still. So I'm happy. I'm happy so far. Butler's in charge. And they used to be sponsored by Carlsberg, right? So it's right in order. That was their own bottling company. Well, yeah, I'm here for it. I'll pass it over to Abid.
I'd just like to state that these are Kachi's views and not the views of the podcast. And I'm turning too much hate in one answer. I mean, what are your thoughts? Hopefully, not as.
Those views are exactly the views of this podcast. Well, Davi is not here to defend himself. We haven't seen that bro since this bro started bottling. He has gone silent. Yeah. What's it called?
Curiously busy.
He has gone. What's it called? DEFCON radio silence. But like Kachi said, it's going to be a hell of a documentary. I personally hope they call it the Klopp Up in Smoke tour, because that's how their season has gone down in flames, and it has just been hilarious to watch. Almost sad. I won't even lie, because when these boys were screaming quadruple, they really believed that they were going to go far, despite not understanding that they have actually been overachieving so far this season. I mean, let's be real, especially with all the injuries they had. They had no business being in all these competitions, and they just finally ran out of gas. And a lot of their main players, well, I can't say Nunes has been out of form. Like, Nunes is Nunes, man. He been missing more chances than Jackson all season. So I mean, that says it all. But Salah's form right now is on the floor, and I don't know why he wants to fight Klopp, but I don't know what Klopp said to him. He probably said, if you like, go and do another impression of Jackson or something, and that's what set him off, because he was just coming on for sub. Next thing you know, Klopp whispered in his ear, "You don't go and play. If you like, go and miss more chances." That's when
Klopp wanted to
Salah.
give him a hug. Klopp wanted to give me a hug. The guy's like, leave me alone. Leave me alone. I don't want a hug. Leave me alone.
So there's definitely trouble in paradise. There's definitely drama behind the scenes, and hopefully we get to to. I mean, I might just watch that documentary when it comes out. Hopefully they get to show us all of this stuff. I mean, when it was Spurs on, I saw the clip when Lloris chased Son into the locker room and they nearly fought. So we need all of that. We need all the smoke that's been going on with Liverpool. And yeah, it's a great thing that they are not going to match Man U's 20 league titles. And I do think that anybody following Klopp is guaranteed to fail. I wish it was Zabi, just so that he can ruin his career, but this new Dutch fraud is going to have to do. So for sure, they're losing a great manager, but they're also going to lose their ability to compete for the league, and they'll see just how hard it is to replace a great manager once you move on. So definitely going to be here for the downfall, and long may it continue.
Damn it, with friends like this, who needs enemies, bro? Like, goddamn. Someone called 911 for Dammy. The knives in his back right now. I am stunned.
They're not in his back. He has just gone radio silence. He, Even
Man's
during the
not here
games,
to.
the bro is not even talking during games
And I saw
anymore. Like,
text
he's
message
just
you. Nigga.
it's like he's not even watching it. Some games, I think it was it the Everton game? I think he was busy and he thought, 3 points for sure. Or was it the Crystal
Was
Palace
busy.
game? And then he
No,
now
was
came
Everton.
back. He now came back, saw that they did his team in, man. So, you know, it's all in good fun. I'm sure he'll survive.
Man. So I guess I can ask you another question then. Like, in your opinion, then, given how this season's ending, what does that say about Klopp's legacy? That in his last season, this is the best that they could do.
I mean, for me, that is the one thing that is a little bit of a downer for me, because I actually am a fan of Klopp. I liked him since his Dortmund days. So for him to be going out like a sucker like this, is it's a little bit of a downer in his career. It's definitely going to be a black spot in his resume. For them to be competing but bottle the league, because at the end of the day, Palace hasn't beaten them in how many seasons? Everton haven't beaten them in the Merseyside derby since Arteta was playing for them.
In 14
Uh,
years, Everton has not beaten them.
okay,
14 years.
yeah. So to me, these are all the signs of a bottle job. I'm sorry, they are bottling things hard, even though they had some injuries. I understand that they are still bottling this league hard, and all their competitions. Like, there's no reason that Atlanta should have watched them like that. Especially at Anfield, there is absolutely no reason Atalanta should have watched them like that. So um, it's definitely going to leave a stain on his resume for sure.
Kachi, you have any thoughts?
I mean,
on
he's definitely
Klopp's
going to leave it.
legacy.
He's going to his legacy. I mean, for me, his legacy is that he lost 2 Champions League finals. Let's start with there. His European legacy is that you got to 3 finals, you lost 2 because you wanted to do revenge mission. You did not learn from that one. You want to do emotional. He has to realize his team don't play on emotions. And then last season, if you remember, this quadruple thing started last season. Last season they were doing quadruple, and then they ended up picking up 2 trophies, 2 domestic trophies, all thanks to Chelsea. And Chelsea just being trash in final because they beat Chelsea Carabao Cup, beat Chelsea FA Cup, if you remember correctly, I think.
Uh,
Right. So,
wasn't it City that won last year? I took up
sorry, no, not FA Cup. They won another cup last year. What did they win? Or was it just Carabao Cup they won last year?
probably.
I
I
think.
think that's the other one.
But I know they did
Yeah.
quadruple. They were doing quadruple. They were doing quadruple. They were chasing quadruple last year, and then they picked Carabao Cup. I know they picked up last year, and then
I
they
feel like
didn't learn from.
they were chasing like a 60 or something random like that. I remember like Trent shooting 106 in December during the Club World Cup or something random like that. Like that
Yeah,
Trent guy needs to go.
it's like
it,
it has never been done in English football, and then you are now using your mouth to create more enemies. It's like, bro, this bro doesn't know anything about it. He doesn't know all the witches and wizards just did Avengers Unite. It's like, okay, you want to do this because of what? So no, for me, his legacy will be that you want he legit won only one league title. You can cut it, slices, whatever you say it is. Yes, Pep is a genius. Pep has turned the league into farmers league, but still at the end of the day, all that matters is what did you win with the time you had, right? And the guy has one Champions League, one Premier League, and one I think it's maybe one FA Cup, and I think two Carabao Cups. That's it. And he also even lost one Europa League final. So my guy has lost his win record in finals is looking suspect though, because I think he has like quite a few quite a few losses on
I
his
think
resume at Liverpool.
he's always been bad at finals, like even from Dortmund. So that's on that's on brand for him, I guess. I don't know. I think
Yeah,
for me, yeah, continue catching.
that doesn't look that's not a good look, right? See, to me, when you get there, like I'm always of the Mourinho persuasion. When you get to the final, whatever you have to do whatever you have to do to win. Like
Hmm.
nobody cares about style of play in finals. All that people care is at the end of the day, your fans are like, we paid our ticket to come here. We want to see you lift the trophy. That's all we care about. So him losing he lost one Carabao Cup and two Champions Leagues and one Europa. So wow, four final slots. But yeah, that will be his legacy. To me, his legacy will be giving Liverpool one EPL, basically one of each, one of everything.
One of everything apart from Community Shield, I think.
He did. Oh, he won one Community Shield actually, 2002.
2002,
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
2002 or 2022.
Sorry, 2022. My bad, not 2002.
No, wasn't that when?
Yeah, they beat Man City
Okay,
2000,
okay.
2022.
I don't care about Man City game, so it's not my
Yeah.
memory.
Yeah.
Because the only one I remember him being in competition was against Arsenal. We beat them.
Mm.
But
Yeah,
yeah, I
you
think
guys don't play. You guys don't play with your food in finals. When it gets to
no,
finals,
Wembley
Wembley.
Arsenal. Come on now,
Nah.
come
This
on guys. This champion, you guys don't know what God did for people. If I got to that final, GG's. I won't even have to watch it. I just start celebrating in the street once the game starts because now we're winning. Wembley and Arsenal like this.
you
Anyways,
guys buried something in that pitch. They should investigate.
it's the Queen's Club, man. Of course we're going to win at Wembley. What are we talking about here, man? But yeah, I don't rate Klopp, but I feel like I don't like the man more than I don't like the coach. Like personality wise, I just can't connect to him. I don't know why. I feel like he's too proud. He gets away with way too much for what he's actually done. Like you don't get to buy the best of everything and then be crying all the time that Pep is doing you in because like you have the most expensive keeper, most expensive striker, most expensive midfielder, most expensive everything, and then time to play, making excuses and stuff. So, but like at the end of the day, the truth is, if you're competing with Man City and Pep, like I've already said many times, you can't put it to those guys because it's an unfair advantage, and it's not just one season of unfair advantages; it's 20 years of unfair advantages. Nothing anybody can do will ever make them catch up to those guys financially. And that's how crazy it is, really and truly. So if City wins, just forget about it. Nobody cares, in my opinion. But speaking about City winning, how you guys looking at the running and where's everybody's mind at in terms of who's going to win the league? Catch you. Hello?
Oh, sorry. I think I pressed the wrong button. Yeah. So in terms of winning the league, I think for me, Arsenal players could not be any more focused than they are right now. I think that Aston Villa game was a kicker in the sense of like if they needed a kick up the backside of something to get them focused, you guys are back focused. Hence my what you did to Chelsea just to re-emphasize that hey, we're really focused. So I think I don't see Arsenal dropping any more points. I think if Man City would drop, it will probably be against Wolves. I think they will beat Spurs easily because I think by the time Man City play Spurs, I think top four would have already been decided. Even though Spurs has 2 games in hand, I really think they've blown that top four. Like they did not need to. They needed to get something out of this weekend, and they didn't. And Aston Villa has just kept on plugging away in terms of points. So I don't. For me, I think it will end as it is in the sense of I think it will end City winning the league. That's what I think. Yeah, but I think if any time City can draw points, it will be this weekend against Wolves. And I think this game against Wolves, is it at home or away, Seth? I can't remember.
At home, I believe.
Yeah,
Let me
and
see. I
that's the
have that
thing.
stuff.
Man City at home is a different beast from Man. If it was away from home, I would have said Wolves has a chance. But Man City at home is tough. It's very,
And you
very
have that
tough.
super Fulham team to play still, man.
Yeah, they
So,
are Fulham. But by the time Fulham will be on the beach.
nah,
That's
I don't think
Fulham
so. Those Fulham
will be.
guys have a point to prove.
Oh yeah. We still have Pereira there and some guys, but I don't. It's bleak in the sense that City doesn't even have to play well. Like they don't have to play well. These guys just roll out of bed and it's like, oh, let's go.
I don't think that is true. There's something in that Madrid game that made them seem tired. So, I mean,
Madrid can do that to anybody. It's like you
no, but
play
like,
so well.
when was the last time you saw someone make Walker look like he was slow? That entire Nottingham Forest game, they were running that guy into the ground. Just because Chris Wood had received payment that did not score.
Chris
Like,
Ruud is an
they,
up.
they
That guy is a
must
Man City
they
fan.
must check his accounts.
no, because the first one where he like air balls, like whatever, that second one,
The
he
second one is
kicks
like,
it in a way that even if that guy was not there to block it, that ball would have stopped on the line.
yeah,
Like
you
he
can tell
did not put
you can tell
any
he's like I'm going to kick it now and let me just fake it
just
forward like I'm trying.
touch it. Like I'm like, God, just shoot. Like just shoot.
I
No, I'm
beg,
tired.
Chris, don't watch this video and sue
Nah,
for
watch it.
defamation.
Sue me. Sue
And
me for defamation.
the
And
guy was
disgrace to your
tweeting
federation.
City. That's the Man City chant that Man City does for their
But
fans.
It is actual account, even though you
this is
everything
actual
is
account?
conspiracy theory to
Yeah,
you, bro.
his
It's actual account.
Serious?
his
That's
actual Twitter
mad.
account was tweeting City. That's what
That's
Man City
mad.
fans
That's
chant.
mad,
So
bro. Is
so
it from
that's like,
Manchester?
but
Who
he's a
knows,
City fan.
man?
That's mad. He must be investigated if that's true.
Like that Gilead guy that gave pen against Tottenham past. And I share all these closest supporters of random clubs. It's calm. So I mean, who do you think going to win the league? And what game do you think would be the potential banana skin for them?
I actually think Arsenal is going to win the league.
Okay, I'm
The
coming.
Hmm.
Oh
I
my days.
I don't I
I
never
like the
said
faith.
I never said I
God
wanted
faith.
them to
The
win the
guy
league,
wants
but
to insult me later. He just wants to come and
no,
insult me later.
hey,
He's like,
it
yeah,
goes
talk,
both
talk, talk,
it goes both
talk.
ways. I won't lie. Like I mean, I don't want Arsenal to win. I can say that for sure.
Think,
But I also
okay,
don't
then
want
let's end it
City
there. Why
to
do you
win.
have to do?
No,
Why do you have to be on both sides of defense? Are you that
because
fast? No,
I don't want City to win as well. So I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. I need to choose somebody. If you can both
you
lose, I'm
don't. You
happy
don't have
for
to
everybody
choose.
to
Like,
lose.
see, you don't
Ah,
understand. Like,
so
you
Man
don't.
U
You
is going
don't
to
have.
magically win this title.
I mean, why not? Why couldn't they fight so that they'll be in it over their shit? Never mind.
It's not mathematically possible for Man U to win the title right now. So
I mean,
even if they
even
won all their games and Arsenal and City lost all their remaining games, they would still not make up the points. I mean, even Spurs are like 20 points behind Arsenal right now. So I don't even know how many points behind Man U is. But I but I really thought the Tottenham game away would be the banana skin for Arsenal. And once they went in there and won that game, style of play notwithstanding, I felt like they went and played like a small team and packed the bus. But at the end of the day, they got the job done. They got their 3 points. And I don't
that was
see,
still not okay.
I don't see, I mean, notwithstanding, 3 points is 3 points. Title, no, title is title. Um, um, but sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Yeah,
Yeah, so for me, like Arsenal is going to win all their remaining games. I can't see Man U doing anything to stop them, and Man U will probably be incentivized to let Arsenal win it over City. And just the same way Spurs might be incentivized to let City win it over Arsenal. I just think that they are still in a top four race, so we have to see what that race is going to look like at the end of the season. If they're still in it, City is not winning that game. That will be the game that will decide the title. Like,
buddy,
mark it down right now. Spurs
buddy.
will hand the title to Arsenal, and they
Let
will
me not
never leave it down.
let me not lie to you. If somehow Spurs will get relegated to the sixth division, if they will lose that game by 700 to ensure that Arsenal don't win the league. Like, they're not doing anybody any favor. Even though they're too horrible a team to do anything for anybody. So no, like, anyhow, that's my
So
opinion, anyways.
So Villa is still in Europa League. So we don't know how that is going to affect them towards the end, the business end of the season, especially in the race for the Champions League. They might go all out to win the Europa. And if they win Europa, I think they get a spot. The winner of Europa gets a Champions League spot anyways. So why don't you get a title and enter into the Champions League as opposed to making top four, right?
You're about to learn about Emery. I've been here before. Trust me. He found a way to throw both of them away.
Emery, Emery, have you forgotten Sevilla Emery? Like the boy is the
Yeah, same way Arsenal
Europa
got
king.
to we got to Europa Champions Europa final to us like the Sevilla Emery. He found a way to do both of them away.
No,
The only
Okay,
thing
Emery
that
has to
helped,
be Emery has to be with a Spanish team in a final of Europa League to do anything.
yeah,
He's not.
the only
He's
reason
not.
why the only reason why he's not bottling right now is because the bigger bottlers are behind them in Tottenham. Pretty much, like he's being out bottled essentially. So no, I like yeah those guys. Emery played results against City when he didn't have to. That's all you need to know about that guy, bro. Like they just everybody is just Arsenal can win the league because nobody cares about Tottenham. Sorry, nobody cares about City. See, they're about the same thing. Nobody cares about both of them. And because of that, everybody just wants them to win so that we can call it a write off and go to the next year. And then whoever comes second wins the league automatically when they finally get fined 50 years from now. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. I think that this weekend coming up tells us who is going to win the league because I feel like we have our hardest game yet, like in terms of this running in
who?
Bournemouth. Bournemouth.
Oh, Bonbon, Solanke. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's Bournemouth at home, not away. So I don't think
I don't
is
care. They're the best. They're the fifth best team in the league since November.
Bournemouth and
that's
Ballon, so
fifth. That's fifth.
Yeah, and
That's not
everybody will play this below fifth in the table in that same period. So they are the best team that are going to play
mm,
this whole term. So
I I can see that because sometimes Bournemouth just turns into prime Barcelona. I can understand that, but I don't see it because they have nothing to play for. Like they have no reason
these guys
to
have
go
they
high.
have contract they have contracts. They have big moves. Sri Lanka probably wants to go back to a Liverpool who is probably looking for a striker now
Solanke
that,
wants the Arsenal move. He wants to prove to people, see, you guys should come in for me. I need
well,
to
he
be up.
won't get it.
I need to
I
be
He's
on
the
know
his
only one.
line.
He's the only one that is going to be out there trying to prove it. Everybody else is thinking,
no,
which
they
pitch am
have a
I
couple
going?
of players
Which pitch
now.
am I going to? That's just the
I
reality.
don't think
So
that's true. They have a couple of players that have a bigger move in them. Like Alex Scott could easily be playing at Tottenham next year. Like they have players that could get moves just by doing well throughout the rest of the season. Nobody's going to throw away a, the league now. So that's why I still don't get why that Tottenham game is in that the day they put it. It doesn't make sense. They should have played that game last week or 2 weeks ago, and then everybody could have crossed this bridge by now. Anyways, can't complain about every single time. But yeah, so I know Kachi has to leave soon, so we're going to call it today. Um,
just some
yeah,
quick UCL predictions from you.
quick UCL predictions. So Bayern versus Real Madrid, who's winning, Kachi?
Madrid will win it 2-1 because this first game is in Germany. So Madrid winning 2-1. Ancelotti and his boys, Rodrigo, Vini, they're going to cook. They cook. You see that Eric Dyer is actually a bad defender in this game. The guy that all
Everybody
of a
knows
sudden,
Eric Dyer.
the guy was magically good against Arsenal, but you see how the guy will just open up.
I'm
Vini will do
dying.
his work. Vini and Bellingham will cook well in this game, even though Bellingham was shit against City in the two legs. Madrid should win 2-1. Dortmund PSG, I expect Mbappe to cook well. Dortmund is open, very, very open. So I expect Mbappe to really, really do a job on as long as PSG's coach don't go and play on experimental formation. Play with Vitinha and your guys, then Bailey, and play what you know got you here. Don't go and be experimenting with stuff. So yeah, and that one I expect PSG to win, maybe 2 or 3-1.
So
Dortmund.
are you expecting the same result across both games or
No, 3-1.
just this
So
match?
I want PSG is gonna. So the Dortmund PSG game, PSG will win 3-1. First game in Germany, and then Madrid is gonna win 2-1 against Bayern. So that's my prediction.
Okay. This guy usually right. So if you want to come buy a ticket now, there you go. He's
No,
giving you exact scores, and I think you was giving first score or two to go with that. But you don't need that one,
For sure. No, Rodrigo will score for Madrid. First scorer, Rodrigo. PSG's
Mhm.
on first scorer, Dembele. Take it to the bank. That's it. Though.
To take it to the bank. Okay. You heard it here, but when you hear this episode, it would have been after the game. But for me, no, you heard it here first. Buy a ticket and make that money for it.
no.
Who do you think is winning the game?
I actually think like the Real Madrid Bayern game will probably be a draw, and the the PSG um, Dortmund game, I see PSG winning that game. Dortmund is out of form right now. I think they just got hammered 4-1 in the Bundesliga by I don't even know which team. So I think PSG is going to do them in. I don't know. Is it at the Parc de France or is it at the
Dortmund is home.
Westfalen? Or is it at
Dortmund is
Dortmund?
obviously in Germany. Both games are in Germany.
Okay. Yeah, so they won't get hammered, but I think PSG will go in there and get the results. And then, Real Madrid, Bayern will have all to play for in the second leg. And I think that's where Real Madrid will probably come out on top.
Yeah. On the low, I'm happy that we're not in this semi-final because we would have thrown away the league in the process. So I'm not sure how much that would have been in our favor. But I think Madrid and PSG are going to make it through their ties, and it's going to be a homecoming for Mbappe in the final, which I think PSG will win also, funny enough. But
Hmm.
we'll find out. Yeah, because think about it. What's the point of going through all this stress if the player you're trying to sign cannot destroy you on his own? That's the whole premise behind a lot of that Galactical signing. Like those are players that could end Madrid at any time by themselves. So Mbappe has something to fight for, man. Like, so I'm sorry, anybody that thinks he's going to be missing chances of winning that game,
I think he'll turn up in the first half. He'll go back into the locker room, receive a text from Florentino Perez, say, "Hey, behave," and then he'll
But
come.
he,
He'll
but he
come
won't
out
be the only one with
timid in the
chances.
second half.
Dembele has a point to prove to Barcelona fans as well. So Dembele will not play with his foot.
No, Dembele has beef with Barcelona now. See how he was smiling when when PSG knocked them
When they
out.
gave Zabi the red card, I started clapping. I'm like, God damn, man. This pure hate. I stand.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, thanks guys for making the time to be on this episode. We'll call it today because I know Kachi has to be somewhere. Thank you all for listening to this episode. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow on Twitter and Instagram. And we'll catch you in the next episode. My name is Adosa, and this has been To Do Without Chidi. Thank you.